Greetings, Mikal here, just back in Hawke's Bay, our old stomping ground down here by the Napier Marina, and I was just thinking about time and the time we had here and how long time it is since we were here and how long that time feels. And maybe it's also because of currently creating my book on time and on time management. And the question that came to me was, what is the speed of time? And why is it that when we are experiencing something enjoyable and exciting, that often time seems to be going faster? So we don't get the same length of experiencing that because time seems to be going faster. And then when we are feeling crap in whatever way, time seems to slow down and we experience it for longer. And as we know, the actual time any of those two are going to take, if we watch the clock, it will be exactly the same. But we are experiencing the time differently in our mind. So the mind has the capacity to change the speed of time. And the main reason for that is that time is actually an illusion from the mind point of view or perspective. And that is why the speed of it can change depending on how we perceive it. So then maybe a good question to ask is, if that's the case, can we consciously change the speed of time? And of course the answer to that is yes. And I'll just give a couple of basic examples that you can play with. So when we're experiencing something nice, or joy or excitement or pleasure, if we could slow the time down in that experience would last longer, and therefore we will get more of it. And how do we do that? We do that by becoming more deeply present in that experience. So instead of just experiencing the joy or the pleasure, we experience it at a much deeper level if we can be absolutely, completely present in that. And as we do that, time will slow down. Of course, actual time won't, but the way we perceive it. So we get that joy and pleasure for longer, and we get it also more intensively. So that's a good thing. I think it definitely works for me. I never used to be able to do that back in early on in my life. I am these days, and it's great. On the other side of it, when we are feeling like pain, whether it's emotional pain, physical pain, to speed the time up would be handy, so we don't have to experience it for so long. And what is the solution to that? And funnily enough, it's exactly the same solution. Become more acutely present in that discomfort. And that's, of course, something we don't particularly want to do because we want to get rid of it. But in my experience, the more deeply I can be present in that discomfort, the quicker I move through it, because time actually speeds up, which of course it doesn't in real time, but in the mind it speeds up, and therefore we get through it much quicker. So it's the same solution both ways, whether it is we want to stay in the pleasure for longer or get out of the pain quicker. So that's my invitation and encouragement to you, if you're watching, listening to this, is deepen your practice of being present. It's never black and white, and it doesn't matter how good you are at being present, there is always a next level, and that's what I've experienced working with this for nearly 40 years. It is just ongoingly getting better and better in my life as I keep practicing. So that's my invitation for today, and I wish you all the best with it. Catch you in the next video.